So my question for you is, for as an in-ring performer, do you think you're gonna need charisma, or do you need in-ring talent to be the best possible superstar?
I think you need a combination of both, because you can have the in-ring talent but have terrible charisma. Like, we've seen that multiple times with people. Or you have excellent charisma and terrible talent in the ring.
So if you had to pick one, which one are you choosing?
I feel like charisma, because you can teach the talent, because you can teach the in-ring ability.
I agree with the charisma thing. In-ring ability is something anyone can pick up. It's time and time again.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think the best way to describe it is, Paul Heyman has charisma, and Paul Heyman's one of the greatest of all times on the mic, and people know who he is to this day.
Yeah.
In-ring talent.
Rest in peace, Paul Heyman. I hope you get better from that F5. We'll send you well wishes over to the hospital.
Yeah, man. That man took a bump, but overall, I think it's just you need charisma is the big one, but talent. I don't think it's also athletic talent. I think it's also just ring psychology too.
I mean, you can have talent too, because they can always give you a manager with charisma. Think about someone with like Ronda. Ronda doesn't have any charisma.
No, and Bobby has no charisma on the mic.
Wait, his face? Oh, he's terrible with charisma.
That man be stumbling, bumbling, like it'd be looking terrible. But you put him with a Bobby Lashley. I mean, I'm sorry, not Bobby. MVP. MVP makes the character.
Like, I could see someone who had excellent charisma and excellent thing, but never got a push, was like seeming like a Damien Sandow.
Damien Sandow was amazing. Like, his in-ring talent wasn't the best, but what he did was great. But his charisma was amazing.
You know the story of how Vince gave him like these terrible ideas, gave him these terrible stories. Like, Vince was trying to get him fired so many times just by giving him these terrible acts,
and he just ran with it.
Yes, and he got it over every single time.
Yeah, like with Sandow, like Miz literally was like doing a match. He looked over and he saw him he saw him like on his back, and he's like, "What is he doing?" Like, that's the charisma, and that's just amazing. Like,
yeah, definitely.
So I think charisma is easily, a Rock, Stone Cold, great. I think the reason why I don't like Shawn or Bret Hart and stuff like that is the man's a great technical wrestler. Don't get me wrong, he's a great wrestler and stuff like that. But I think I wasn't a big fan of his charisma and stuff like that.
I
don't think he was that.
Bret Hart seems like a dick.
I would agree. I don't think he's that great. Like, he just seemed like he was like, I'm all that, and then people just expect it to be okay. He's all that.
I had a friend.
No one questions it.
I had my friend Max. You guys met him. The Bump Boys met him.
Yeah.
So me and Tom, one of my other buddies, made him a joke. We're like, if you can meet any wrestler and have a drink with one wrestler, who would you pick? And he picked Bret Hart. Me and him started breaking out laughing. We were like, what? From the beat the shit.
Why?
I don't even know. It was just random as fuck. We were like, he's just gonna yell at you, and like, I could see him as an angry drunk.
Like, other than the sunglasses, the purple, the heart name, and the technical ability, if you take all that away, all four things away from Bret Hart, what is he? He's Natalya. He's Natalya, except he doesn't have a
vagina.
I guess you could say that. What I was gonna say is, like, he doesn't have that, the healthiness of the body. Like, that man's body was shot, and like, I feel like he's just not that great. It's just, I guess people are gonna be like, Bret Hart probably one of the best there is, best there was, best there's gonna.
Oh yeah, they're gonna rip us apart.
But then again, I say the same thing about Eddie Guerrero. I think Eddie Guerrero was a great talent, great overall. I loved him in WCW, but I don't think he's as good as everyone else thinks he is. But that's another topic for another day and stuff like that.